we're at the closing bits of our entire show, guys. Thanks for letting me rant about Kojima real fast. Let's check in real fast. What have we been playing? I'm going to throw this over to Austin. Austin, tell me what you've been playing.
Okay, as I mentioned before, Let's Go Eevee. I've been playing that and I really have been enjoying it. Already spoke on that. I'm excited for Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's going to be good. And then another quick little tidbit. I finally picked up Elden Ring.
What?
I picked it back up. I played it and I went straight to Godric and I beat him on the third try.
Wow.
I was like, yes. I don't know what improved. I think just taking the long break, my senses were back to 100%, and I killed him. So I guess you could say I'm back in the game with Elden Ring.
Nice.
Still pretty powerful. The new title that I've been playing that a lot of people are playing right now is Multiverses by Claire First Games. It's free to play and it's on the game. It's on everything pretty much. Except
Give me the thoughts. What do you think?
Well, okay, so I've always been a fan of these types of games. Obviously, Super Smash Brothers is the first game that everyone thinks of. So to be able to play a Smash-like title on my Xbox with my Xbox controller is pretty awesome.
Okay.
I as far as the game goes, like first of all, I think Warner Brothers is a great cast of characters. I think that it's a good move from Warner Brothers. I think there's so much to do. There's DC. There's a whole world of Cartoon Network. There's so many different options. I've been loving it. I've been maining Finn the human.
Okay.
And I play a little bit of Jake the dog as well, but mostly Finn. And I've been leveling up my Finn, and the mechanics are really good. I like the moves. It is different. It is a little different from Smash and how they map their moves and stuff like that. So I have really been enjoying it. As far as so now there's the whole Game Pass amount of content you're getting discussion. I think the first season they said is coming out this week or something. Yeah. Maybe just came out.
Yeah.
So I haven't played any of the first season yet. However, I've been playing the open beta or whatever, and there's a small amount of characters you can play as, and you can unlock the other ones by gaining currency, which is free to gain. Yeah. So you don't have to buy anything to get new content, which I think is really cool. And I'm excited. The cast is small right now. I think there's 7 players or something around that number. So I am excited for it to expand more and for them to keep growing it. Because there isn't a whole lot right now. Or there isn't a whole lot of maps. There's not a whole lot of characters. But what we do have is really fun. And I'm happy to have a game like that on my Xbox.
Nice.
For free.
I did jump into it for a little bit. I was playing what's her name? She's from Steven Universe. But she's the one with the she's a side. I forgot her name.
I know you're talking about. I can't remember her name either. I haven't played her yet.
I love her. Her design is just so rad. I think she looks super cool.
Yes.
I played as her the whole time. I wanted to play as Tom and Jerry, but because I grew up with Tom and Jerry, that is my thing.
Yes.
It plays good. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's good. I don't know if I would only play it if someone invited me to play it. To be quite honest.
Yeah.
Sure. And that's the only way I probably would play it. I will say one of the greatest pieces of comedy I've seen recently is there's an old scene from Tom and Jerry back in the day where Tom is trying to poke at Jerry. So he gets a book and he's pretending to be overly laughing at what he's looking at to get his attention. But I love that someone incorporated that. And it was a Twitter video that I saw where someone was it was Tom putting down the thing and then he was looking at it and just laughing at the supposed patch notes because Tom and Jerry was not getting debuffed at all. They were staying the same. So every page he kept looking at was all these characters getting debuffed over and over again, laughing. I was this is the best piece of content. The best piece of content. Garnet. Okay.
Thank you. Is that the character? Yeah.
Adam, have you tried Multiverses or no? Will you try it?
I don't know. Like if I was at a friend's place and they put a controller in my hand and said we're playing multiverses, I wouldn't say no. I
Okay.
just probably won't go out of my way
Okay.
until
Yeah.
like someone's like, "Hey, let's play." And I'm like, "Okay."
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
Adam, what have
fair.
you been playing?
So I picked back up Triangle Strategy.
Sweet.
I don't remember why exactly I had set it down previously, but I'm very, very glad to be back in it, loving it. I'm actually maybe 10 hours in. I'm like caught up to like where the demo ended. So
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
excited to see what's next on that one. It still
Sweet.
just continues to be a great strategy RPG. And it makes me very excited for what's it called? Tactics Over, the remastered version
Definitely.
that's going to come out. I'm excited to try that one out.
Definitely.
Um, and then the other game is I've dipped into Persona 5. I picked it up
Yes.
Woo!
on sale. I was like, I have zero idea if I'm going to like this at all. I really didn't know what the gameplay was like at all, really going into it. Then other was somehow a Japanese high school and had a very like stylistic art direction to it, and it's actually really cool. Um,
Nice.
Nice.
historically, turn-based combat, like just straight turn-based combat, is not my favorite, and I do feel that a little bit with this game.
Hmm.
Um, but I think the like the daily life management sim kind of stuff that's similar to like what Three Houses has and some other stuff. I am getting a lot of enjoyment out of that. The relationship building, just like I said, the style that this game has. So it's really great. Even being for
Cool.
like a genre that's not technically my wheelhouse, I am really enjoying it.
Definitely. Definitely. Awesome. Um,
Sweet.
well, for me personally, ever since the last time we've had the podcast, which was about 2 months ago, I beat Elden Ring and I have not been able to play anything in forever because it was just such a high that it was almost like I had to give it a break. I platinumed it, did everything that I could, walked away, and I literally didn't play a game for a very long time. And finally, within the past couple weeks, jumped back into some games. And so I play a little bit of Fall Guys, just as like a little bit of a cleanser to play with my brothers. Love Fall Guys. I think it's great. It's funny. And it's man, that game is it's like dumb fun. You don't have to really worry too much about what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, I've been really wanting to try that game. It was huge when it came out
Yeah,
initially. And then it kind of took a dip, I think. Is it coming back or
it
what's
is.
going on with it?
So it went free to play, and it
Yeah.
finally came to Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
So
Oh, okay.
that's why it like picked back up.
Yeah.
Got it.
I tried it on Switch and I'm like, this performance is terrible. I'm never
Oh
gonna get on this
no.
console again.
Oh
Yeah.
no. It's one of those games where like I enjoy that they added a version of the game where it used to be like if us three jumped in and one of us didn't make it, well, you're out for the rest of the entire game, and then you just have to watch the rest of us play. Um, but they added a mode where it's all by team score. So if your team score passes, well, even if
Oh,
Austin was the last one to jump in, if our score was still high because Emma and I got there first, you can still continue on with us. So I love it that we don't feel like you have to be just waiting behind doing anything.
Is
So
that
yeah.
why I've been seeing memes about a Fall Guys gulag?
probably, dude. Probably.
That would be funny.
Vanessa and I also played a little bit of As Dusk Falls, which is a Game Pass game. We're halfway through it. We have not finished it yet. It is not necessarily my cup of tea. It is one of those choice based games where
Oh,
everything that you do affects the story. Um, Life is Strange is really good in the sense that like it looks good. It's a beautiful looking game. There's full animations. I don't want to knock this game because of the fact it's not that, but it is almost like they got actors to pose for these particular scenes, took a picture and then drew over them, and then it's all just pictures stitched together, like transitioning from scene to scene. It's not full animation or anything like that. So that
yeah,
kind of turns me off in the game a little bit, but I don't want to
sure.
judge it fully because I haven't finished it yet. And then lastly, I jumped into Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was going to be like the next big game that I wanted to jump into. That game is beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's one of those things where I never realized, because I was playing it for a while and you get too caught up, and then there was a moment where I stopped and I just looked up, and then you just see the vastness of what this world is that you're in, because you're like underneath this humongous dome looking thing, and it just, the detail is beautiful. The only thing that's throwing me off is that the voices, you can tell that they're AI generated based off of what the English voice actors are saying. I really wish it was just the actual like lips moving to the Japanese voice, and then they just had English voice over it, just so that way it looked a lot smoother. And there's a chance that they didn't even do that for the Japanese. It could be AI generated like movements based off of the Japanese voice too. Either or, I just think the mouth looks a little janky, because all the characters look great. Like they are so much detail to them. Cloud is just awesome. I think Cloud always looked cool as a character. He looks even cooler in here. And all these other characters, they're cool, but it just, when they're talking, even though sometimes what they're saying is just anime cheese, I just wish that the mouth kind of had a little bit more emotion to it. That's about it. Other than that, the game is cool. Gameplay is awesome. I'm intrigued as to what the story is. I know that the story in this game is different based off of the first game. And I also heard if you don't play the first game, you really won't quite understand what is the big difference of what they're doing with this one, because it kind of plays into that difference. I don't know that yet. And so once I'm done with this game, I'm just going to go online, look up what's the difference between the two. And then that's how I get my info, because I'm not going to play this game again. So yeah, that's about it. Before we sign off, guys, I'm going to throw it off to Adam real fast. Are you going to continue to be playing these games, or do you have anything else coming up before the next episode that you might be jumping into?
Oh gosh, I'm so on the spot. I don't know. I technically have been playing Super Mario Bros. with my daughter.
Nice.
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 Yes.
But the two games I did talk about are just such long games that I don't think I'll be getting to anything anytime soon.
Okay. Austin, do you have anything that you're looking forward to for the next episode, or you're just going to stick with what you've been playing?
Probably going to mostly stick with what I'm playing. However, I'm really tempted to revisit Red Dead 2. I'm really missing the game. I've been seeing gameplay on my For You page, and like I'm realizing that like I did not take enough time in the game. I think I started rushing the story. So I want to get to like chapter 2 or chapter 3 and just like do everything I can.
Yeah.
Cuz that's a good phase of the game to like explore and do a lot of different things. So I am probably going to revisit it. Plus, now is that we're getting closer to fall, so I feel like it's the season. That's like a fall winter game for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm probably going to delve back into Red Dead 2, and who knows? Maybe I'll be a little more I'll be an edgier Arthur Morgan this playthrough, and I was a really wholesome Arthur Morgan on the first playthrough. Maybe I'll be a little more of an outlaw in this round. So yeah.
Nice, dude. By the next time we have an episode based on, I know for a fact we're probably going to record our next one after the 2nd of September. On the September 2nd, that's when The Last of Us Part 1 comes out. So I'm definitely going to jump into that. I'm just a huge fan of the series. I love it. I've been seeing some cool things about Roller Dome, honestly. I know that we talked about it last time. I was not interested at all. But based on what I'm seeing people talk about to the game, I'm like, maybe I'll try it.
Oh, I don't know. Roller Dome looks dope. Yeah.
It's probably worth checking out. Cult of the Lamb is out now too.
So yes.
I was going to say Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb. Yeah.
Yes. That's actually, I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me of that. Cult of the Lamb is also one. Oh, Bear and Breakfast. I don't know if it comes out next. They don't have a date yet, but I'm looking forward to Bear and Breakfast so much.
Me too.
Because that's the perfect on the couch right next to Vanessa. Vanessa, you take the big screen. You watch whatever you want to watch. I'll be on my Switch right here, just managing my Bear and Breakfast. So
I'm right there with you.
You could be managing your cult instead.
Good point.
Or your cult. You go back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us here on the XP Podcast, Level 30. If you have any comments, corrections, concerns, I don't know. If you enjoyed what we talked about, put them in in the comments on the YouTube page. Share the video with your friends. Like, subscribe while you're at it. And thanks for being with us. Austin, Adam, it's always a pleasure talking with you fellows. Until next time. Peace out.
Bye.